Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here to give you guys my WWE Southpaw Regional Wrestling um, review. I haven't done one of these in a while. I think since the fall. I just went on my notes, and the last time I said I updated it was October 17th, 2017. So I'm just gonna guess that's the last time I reviewed an episode, and I finished season one, which I didn't realize I finished season one. I didn't know it was only 4 episodes. I thought it was 6. But yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I've always been wanting to review this, but I always plan it out, and then it just never really end up doing it just because I get busy doing other things. Um, but I'm gonna try to review some WWE Southpaw Regional Wrestling. Um, so yeah, let's just get right into it. This was the season premiere of season 2, which means it was season 2, episode 1, and this episode was uploaded on the WWE's YouTube channel on August 18th, 2017. And I'm gonna go through who the cast was after you know, after I review the show. Um, and it opened up with promo vignettes for Mr. McElroy, John Johnson, Clint Bobsky, and impressive Pelvis Wesley, and they both. It was kind of like a nice way, I thought, to wrap up season 1, in a way, because I don't know if we're gonna see any of these guys this season. We did see Mr. McElroy, but I don't really expect to see Clint Bobsky, and I'll get into why later on in this video. Or maybe even John Johnson, because I don't, and I'll get into why later on in this video. But Mr. McElroy was talking about how he has a lot of money. John Johnson was talking about how he's the most charismatic professional wrestler on the planet. Clint Bobsky, I don't really remember anything he said. He was being pretty funny though. Impressive Pelvis Wesley talked about how he had the best crotch in the wrestling business. And then we had the commentary team of Chet Cheddarfield and Lance Catamaran, and they pretty much went over the code for a big wrestling show that was going to take place on August 16th, 1986, because supposedly this is supposed to all be footage that was unseen and lost in 1986. And so they kind of go over the code for that, and they go over the new roster. We meet with first Rene Barrett, and he's someone that's from France who pretty much loves America. So he kind of preached about how he loved America, which I thought was actually pretty funny. And then it goes to an ad when we meet, and we see Malibu Al, who pretty much sells cars for a living, and talks about how your family's going to be in a good time when you sell cars. Then we have a vignette for um, Nikki Lee Sty, the 30th. I think that's who it is, and he's pretty much was an 80s heavy metal rocker, which I thought was pretty funny. Um, and then we see Mr. McElroy, and he is issuing a $10,000 challenge to anyone who wants to accept. And the person that was interviewing him, Susan, was about to accept, but Mr. McElroy said anybody but her. And to end the episode, Chet Cheddarfield was got all googly eyed over Susan, which I thought was funny. And that was pretty much the end of this episode. I thought this was actually a pretty funny episode. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. I thought it was good. And I thought it had some nice funny moments. But let's go over all the cast who played this episode. Mr. McElroy was played by Tyler Breeze. Jim Johnson was played by TJP. Sorry, not John Johnson was played by TJP. I was thinking of a different a different Johnson. Clint Bobsky was played by Chris Jericho, so I don't know if I'm going to expect to see Clint Bobsky or John Johnson be in it, because TJP, I remember around this time. Actually, I don't know. He wasn't injured at this time. He got injured after this, but we have to wait and see. But I remember Chris Jericho was doing his Fozzy tour, and then shortly after went to New Japan Pro Wrestling, so I don't know if Chris Jericho really is going to be in this part of the show. Impressive Pelvis Wesley was played by Heath Slater. Chet Cheddarfield was played by Fandango. Lance Catamaran was played by John Cena. Renee Barrett was played by Daniel Bryan, which I thought did a pretty good job on the role. I expected it to be Renee Young, but it wasn't. And Malibu Al was played by AJ Styles. Nikki Lee Sty the 30th was played by Dolph Ziggler, which actually made sense because of his hair. And Susan was played by Renee Young. And then that's pretty much the entire cast. And that's pretty much my review. Please make sure you guys like, comment, and share this video so people will watch it. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel for more content and click on the bell so that way every time I upload a video, you guys will get the notifications for it. And make sure you guys do the same thing for my CM Brothers and all the Talking 80 YouTube channels. And that's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.